to work on kicks. And I have to tell you, I love kicking. And even as a little girl, I loved to kick, much to the dismay of the little boys on the playground. But improving our kicks is important because that's where a lot of people lose their balance. And that's where a lot of people tense up, either because they're thinking about losing their balance or they have lost their balance. And that disrupts the flow of the form. And it disrupts that relaxation that you can get as you're doing your form. So we want to improve the kicks. And just like the other ones that we've been working on, the other movements we've been working on, they're improved by applying the underlying principles. So I'm going to move up front. And the first principle I want to talk to you about is being rooted and grounded. Remember, let your feet kind of spread out. Just relax, not gripping. Let them relax and spread and feel as if roots are growing deep and wide. And then I want you to slowly just lower your center of gravity just a bit. Not a lot. You're not going into a squat, but just soften those knees just a bit. And think about being connected to that ground. Now we're just going to step side to side, thinking about our columns. Remember, there's one straight down the center of our body, one through each shoulder, through each hip. And as we step, we're going to keep those columns intact. In other words, we're not leading with our shoulders. We're not leading with our hips. You want to keep those columns straight. Don't lose that little softness in your knees. Now, as you step, add the idea of where your weight is. That's substantial and insubstantial. As I step, all my weight comes over to this column. This is my substantial side. This is my insubstantial side. Now it will switch. My left becomes substantial and my right becomes insubstantial, empty. So we have a side that's full and a side that's empty. So as we step now to the left, the right is empty. Try to lift just a little bit. And thinking about the whole idea, if it's empty, it should be easy to lift. Now, as you lift, remember to keep this supporting knee slightly bent. Don't come to the side and then lift like this. This is not the lift that you need by locking that knee. You actually want that knee to be soft. So now add that kick. And remember, the height of the kick makes no difference. Even if you don't feel comfortable lifting your leg all the way, if you can kick just by tapping like this, where most of the weight is on your left, that's great. Sometimes we lose our balance because we're trying to overdo ourselves. We're trying to kick too high. We're trying to do a little too much for our body. Remember, changes come in little increments. One week you may be kicking this high, and then a few weeks later you might be kicking this high, and you didn't even realize you were doing that. So just relax and let your body talk to you. Let your body tell you where you feel most balanced. So now the next principle that I want to incorporate is moving from the Dantian. And the first part of moving from the Dantian that we're going to do is we're going to lower that center of gravity even more. Because the next kick, well, the next movement that I want to add is that kick, smash, and box the ears. Remember, in the short form, there's only just the left kick and then the kick, smash, and box the ears. In the long form, we have lots of different kicks, but In the short form, which we're going to concentrate on today, we only have these two. So now we're going to do that kick, smash, and box the ears. So your left leg is substantial. Remember to keep your column straight. You're rooted through that left. Lift the right, kick, smash. Now you have to lower your center of gravity and then move from the dantian. So that first movement is actually that lowering, because you're moving from here. You're not leaning forward to come down. You're actually lowering all of your body, and then you move from the dantian to smash and box the ears. So I'm going to do a different kind of chi walking exercise with you. You know, in chi walking, we move forward, we rock back, we're moving from the dantian. This is actually a very similar movement to this chi walking, but it's going to help you with your smash and box the ears. So starting with that knee slightly bent, you're just going to put your heel down in front, the other foot, where it's comfortable. Now move forward, keeping this knee bent, and put the other foot down, comfortable, heel to toe. One more, heel to toe. So let's try that again. So all I'm doing, I'm not rocking back and forth like we usually do in chi walking. I've lowered my center of gravity. Now I'm going to lift this left leg, put my heel down, and now just move from my dantian, move that center of mass over this base of support, keeping that knee bent. Now I bring my right foot forward, heel to toe. Heel to toe, just like that. Let's do it again. Make sure that as you're doing this exercise, you're avoiding that little lift that we were just talking about. Lower your center of gravity, put your heel down where it's comfortable to be able to move forward. When you get all of this weight over this left leg, resist the temptation to lift and then lower. You don't want to do that. Keep yourself low. Bring that right heel down, keeping the right knee bent. Put that left foot forward and walk.